Might.
Yeah. Actually, what Abdul Saab said is very valid. Everything is said by Garg and Ashish. So practically speaking, we need to work out, how shooting is possible in Northeast. We feel ashamed that we go to New York and Russia and we don't go to Northeast. The distance is not on the map, but in our minds. And that distance we have to rectify. I think more than anything else, we need cultural exchange. We should know the culture first. We should know the folk stories, the people, songs, then we can incorporate them in our films. Unless that's not done, everything else is a business proposition, it's very cosmetic. The cinema is also a business, but also it is something with lives. If we involve characters, songs, stories, and ethos of Northeast, then there will be a proper combination. I think Viral Saab has said we need to see documentaries of Northeast locations. I will correct it in a very practical manner. Not documentaries, but showreels, simple showreels. These are the places, this is the distance from the airport, these are the people, these are the offices, these are the line producers. The main important thing is line producers. How many people are aware of film shooting, the local people? If we know about that, then we can try. And one more thing, we can do film festivals, Hindi film festivals over there, Indian film festivals over there, and Northeast festivals in Bombay, in Calcutta, and Chennai, and major centers. So when we watch Northeast films, we can come to know that this kind of locations are available. These are the places. Or the dub film in English or Hindi or Indian languages from Northeast, that can help us. So we will take baby steps and practical steps. Otherwise, everything else is just a talk. And we have to make it work practically. And I'm sure after this event, conference, we will come out with some pragmatic steps. Thank you so much, Pandeji and Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elsa.
I'm really sorry, I have a dubbing of a senior actor and it's very unavoidable. Thank you so much.
We would love to thank you, Mr. Sanjay Chair, Indian writer and director. Thank you so much for your views. Very kind of you. Very much, Mr. Ranchipandi and Dr. Krishnan for accompanying me on. Thank you very much, Mr. Sanjay, for being on the panel with us.
Our foreign guests, dignitaries, panel. I think everybody has spoken about the problems in Northeast. I would not like to focus on that because yes, we know infrastructure is not there because nobody ever went to shoot them. Simple. And today it is a very revolutionary step. I'll not be focusing so much on the ASEAN aspect, more on Northeast because that's much closer to my heart. My wife is from Manipur. Two things why we should go to Northeast. Because we can go anywhere. Our country has two religions, movies and cricket. Simple. These two things unite us, the whole nation. Northeast, unfortunately, the whole country, not just the government, we have neglected Northeast for too long a time. I'm thankful to the present government that proactively you're trying to unite Northeast with rest of India, to make them feel that yes, you are part of India. For that sheer reason, filmmakers, I think it's our national duty to go and shoot in Northeast, to make them feel that yes, you're not neglected anymore. You're part of us. Efforts will be needed. Problem is multifarious, I think, because there's no awareness, as Sanjay Chhaya said. We don't know the culture, we don't know what is the local cuisine, costumes. Ignorance on our part, it is not the duty of the Northeast to tell us about them. It is our duty to find out more. We need to be educated. Documentaries, commissioning mini-series, Even going a step further, if we can have a think tank of luminaries from the industry, directors, writers, and not just Hindi, I think you should approach South as well, Tamil and Telugu industries, because all said and done, they are more adventurous as compared to us. I'll be very honest. You must have a think tank. If need be, commission a movie. Because, waiting for the right script which will integrate northeastern locations into something or a story, it's not going to happen very soon. People will take time, policies will have to be framed, it will be a trickle effect, slowly and slowly. If you want to give it a jump start, I would suggest commission either a mini series or a movie. Think of a story specifically. We have writers. And as Sanjay rightly pointed out, that cultural exchange is very, very necessary. Very necessary. Rest of the country needs to know what we are missing out on. Very recently, there was a very bad incident in Delhi, the Delhi Golf Club, where a woman from Meghalaya was asked to leave because she was wearing a traditional dress. And the manager thought that she's dressed as a maid. That is the level of ignorance of rest of the India. We need to correct that. That will happen. Let's not focus on the negative things. Apart from that, I think we need to, as industry, as writers, producers, directors, we need to analyze where we have been wrong. Because my wife is a trained actress, and I'm an actor, I'm not a producer or a director. I can only talk from the point of view of a creative person as far as acting is concerned. A person with oriental features in Hindi mainstream industry is either being stereotyped as a watchman, or a person working in a restaurant, a waiter, or somebody working in the flesh market. These three stereotypes. Thankfully, Yashraj broke that stereotype with Chak De when a Northeastern was portrayed as a regular, normal person. Just to lighten the atmosphere, by the way, the character's name was Molly. That's based on my wife's name, because Jaideep is a good friend. Yeah. So, I think indirectly we have contributed something. So we need to broaden our horizon also. It took us a long time to integrate Sikhs into mainstream cinema as normal people. They were just, comic stereotypes. So we also need to think that how we break these stereotypes. There will be baby steps, yes, definitely. But that is the effort which will be needed on our part. As government and ministry, I think you need to work on the think tank. That's it. Thank you.
जब लेट आते हो तो आपको बड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है. आप जो कुछ बोलने वाले तो आगे वाले सब बोल चुके होते हैं. So coming straight to the point is that everybody said about the infrastructure. I read it's very well presented that you need infrastructure, what you're going to do about the infrastructure, and already a couple of people said, very well said, that the rest of the India or the world does not know your stories, culture. And today, I will say certain things is very practical because everybody is so hopeful here, and we're just painting a the bright picture. But if you look at very practical aspect of it, it has become very competitive. The business has to be very cost effective. So if you're looking at a business in Northeast, promoting tourism is little separate for me than culture and other things. So the right people, authorities will have to separate those two things. And if you're looking at business, I would just first say a couple of things on business which are a little alarming. If I want to create some very nice, scenic looking locales, today it happens on computer graphics, I don't need to go anywhere. I'm not trying to dishearten you. We all, if you're looking at a business in today's time, we'll have to all go above what we are thinking among the boundaries, whatever we've seen. That Kashmir mein shooting hota tha or Manali was shot or blah blah blah. Today, times have changed completely. So now, what you need to do, especially I'll just talk a little about television because I head the Television Producers Association, and what I would recommend is create stories and shows which are completely based in Northeast, and a producer or a channel can get on, collaboration with you all, with especially the North State, and then that show which is made entirely in Northeast will take Northeast story, characters, and then you don't have to worry about father kaisa lagta hai, mother looks what, everybody is from Northeast. And it will be promoted, the entire Northeast will be promoted, and when you do a serial, a show, where you need to shoot for a year or a little more than that, you don't have to worry about the computer graphics to competition to anything. The whole show is shot in Northeast, actors from Northeast, everything except some technicians which you will require from outside, they will come, and that's how I believe the entire Northeast will get an opportunity to get exposure to the world. So I said this about TV, and I feel really we need to look at a lot of things, and by saying this, my basic main purpose to be here, when I was speaking with Parul was following with me, I said, and I'll really try, I've just shot one pilot in one hill station, I'm not naming it. I've just shot one pilot in one hill station, so I know what problems and everything I've gone through, I'll share that with you. I am already looking at shifting that show to Northeast, and I will definitely, I do not know whether we should be applauding that right now or not, thank you very much, but I'm looking at it. Now there are many aspects, and I'm looking at it. Why? For one simple reason, I never knew that, okay, Northeast is offering so much. I have been to Northeast, I love that place, I never thought of shooting there. And suddenly, after I shot the pilot, I got to know about it. I said, this is a good opportunity. I will definitely speak to you, and I'll definitely try to see that whether conceptually my show fits in there or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Manjitia. Now, Lady Somani Paul. But I need a little shift from
Northeast region, sir. That's very kind of you, and we're truly delighted to start with this today itself. We look forward to welcoming you and giving you all the best facilities in the Northeast region. Thank you very much, Mr. J.D. Majetia, television actor and director. We look forward, sir. Thank you so much. Just talking a word about Miss Kalpana. Well, what do I talk about? Having directed more than 140 documentaries, one great feature film, along with a main serial. Sorry, it's not one, it's two feature films. And all she has to say is that they've all been released and appreciated by people.